everybody. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in to Virtual Improv tonight. We have a really good show for you guys. We have a lot of fun stuff planned. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to tonight's performers. We have up first here Liz Jakovsky. And there we go. Followed by Ronnie Pascali. Or Pascal. Pascal, I always screw it up.
Okay.
Meg Cynic. Pizza. Nice. Mike Laterman. I thought you were going to do a spit take, Mike. Mike Trainer. Hello. Rob Lamont. All right. Connor Allen.
Hey.
All business. He's the VK Wall Street of this show.
Yeah, hey.
All right, and that's everybody. Let's bring them all out. Hey, how you doing, everyone? So, first off, right off the top, why don't people say stuff? And let's just make sure the audience can hear us. Can you guys hear us? Because last week we had a whole thing where no one could hear us talking. So, people in the cast talk.
Oh no.
Testing.
Test.
Can you hear
Hi,
us?
chat speaking.
Can you hear us, chat? Can you hear us? How about this? Can you hear
Now
us?
we wait for the delay.
Chatty, can you hear us?
Also, can you Connor Allen as Mayhem?
Yes, we got a yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Kevin.
All
Is that
right.
Kevin Quigley?
Yes.
It's Kevin Quigley.
Do you guys hear these awesome sound effects? The music is still pretty loud. Oh, oopsies. Wait,
He
there's.
said it's gone now.
Okay.
It's okay.
Oh God. All right. I should change that music volume. That's good to know. All right, guys. We're gonna just go right ahead and get started. Obviously, we're doing some improv. Everything's gonna be made up right in a spot. It's gonna be similar to Whose Lines It Anyway. We're gonna play a lot of fun games. But to get things started, we're gonna play our first game of the night. It's a little game called Press Conference. Press conferences. We're gonna have a little press conference. Mike Trainer is going to lead this press conference. We're going to do it on a very specific topic. I'm going to go into the list. You guys have been really awesome about sending in a lot of really good one-word suggestions at the top of the show. So I'm going to say our topic, our suggestion is flavor. And take it away, Mike.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I know that you're excited to find the new flavor of ice cream that we at Ben & Jerry's are unveiling. And after a lot of work, a lot of tinkering around, we've decided that we're going for Cinnamon Blast. It's a blast of cinnamon in your mouth. It's a little bit spicy for ice cream, but we're really excited about it. So we're prepared for any questions you may have on our exciting new flavor of ice cream. Yes, you, Robert, in the front row.
Is it true that Jerry died in 1998 and has been pretty much taken over by a cyborg?
We get this a lot. Jerry, I cannot say that Jerry has died. Jerry, I saw him this morning. He looked happy and healthy to me, but he hasn't looked any happier than when he's had a taste of Cinnamon Blast in his mouth. So we're hoping that we all get a taste of that. Ronnie, yes, Ronnie, you had a question.
Hi, my roommate recently told me a rumor where if you go on a tour of the Ben & Jerry's campus, it's very much like the TV show Westworld, and there's a lot of fake Ben & Jerry's characters all around. Can you speak to that, please?
I can speak to that. If you went on a tour of the Ben & Jerry's factory, you would be wowed, just like you're wowed by Westworld, but instead of frightening animatronic people that are killing each other and having sex, it would be Cinnamon Blast. We're very excited about it. Liz, do you have a question about our new ice cream flavor?
How do you respond to the allegations that Ben has been pulling a Weekend at Bernie's with Jerry's body and just hauling him around and pretending he's alive?
I cannot. I saw Jerry this morning. We had brunch. We were very happy to exchange words, and we were very excited about the flavor. Cinnamon Blast. Meg, do you have a question about Cinnamon Blast?
Yeah, I do have a question about Cinnamon Blast. Cinnamon Blast sounds like a great flavor. I just want to know, can Jerry eat Cinnamon Blast because it's an ice cream and everyone knows that androids can't eat food? because their insides are electronic.
Okay.
I just
he's
want him
not-
to enjoy it.
He's the godfather of my child. He's not animatronic. He's Chris. Do you have Chris? Cinnamon Blast. Do you have a question about Cinnamon Blast?
I didn't know you could see me. Doesn't look like much of anything to me. I'm
Oh,
one of the hosts from Westworld, guys. I'm a host from Westworld.
Oh God! Don't look at Chris. Chris is just a weird. Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss. Do you have a question about?
Yes, a lot of your ice creams have they come in a cone, and the cone is edible. Obviously, are you ever going to make an ice cream that comes in a cup, and the cup is edible? Instead of an edible cone, you can eat it out of an edible cup.
Okay, we're more in charge of the ice cream. You could put it in a. I don't know how you would even store that. It would just be an unwrapped cup that's edible. It seems very unsanitary, sir. I'm sorry. Mike, do you have a question? Cinnamon Blast.
Yeah, Cinnamon Blast. So if I were to eat too much Cinnamon Blast and I got a brain freeze, would Jerry come to save me according to the 3 laws of robotics to do no harm to humans?
Jerry would come to save you because he is a stand-up guy who once pulled me out of a well, and I can't stress this enough. He's human and he's wonderful. Cinnamon Blast. Ronnie?
Hi. Is it true that Walt Disney and Jerry are hanging out in a cryogenic lab together and they're like planning to come back tonight?
I could say that if Cinnamon Blast were fed to Walt Disney, he would come back from the dead to enjoy Cinnamon Blast. But we don't have to worry about that because Jerry is alive and not hanging out with Chris.
On the
Chris, what do you
topic
got for
topic of cryogenics, do you really expect the public to believe that these massive freezers on your compound are full of entirely just ice cream? I mean, come on.
Yes, we literally, that's all we do. We do ice cream. We have frozen vats of ice cream. No bodies, no dead people, no Jerry's. Liz.
How do you explain your flavor? Human.
Human?
Yeah, I saw it at my local Kroger in the freezer aisle.
It was, okay, well, we took rum raisin and we made it a different color, hence a hue, and we did it for the human rights organization People Against Dead People. So it wasn't really human flavor. Richard Dreyfuss.
If I ate a cup, even if it wasn't edible, if I just ate it and I feel okay, do you think I need to go to the doctor, or should I I feel fine, but I did eat a cup.
Recently? Like before?
Today, I ate ice cream, and then when I was done with the ice cream, I ate the cup that it came in. Is that okay, you think?
It probably isn't long term, but you know what, Richard? You do you, Richard, okay? You do you. Mike,
right.
Cinnamon Blast.
Okay, Cinnamon Blast. If Jerry's not an android, then why does Jimmy Fallon have his own ice cream flavor? Please answer me that.
Because he gave us money. That's all it takes. If any one of you gave us money, you would have your own ice cream flavor. And it could be Cinnamon Blast. Meg?
So one of the things that we all know about androids is often they don't know that they're androids. This is a major plot point in Westworld, in Battlestar Galactica. So what I want to know is, how do you know you're not an android? Because Jerry's an android. You're probably just thinking, oh, that's Jerry. He's the android. But really, you're the android. That's the twist at the end.
I have a son. I think he's mine. How would I know he's not an? Why did you ask me, Mike?
I think you need to cut yourself open.
Yeah. Seconded.
Third.
We all think.
We voted and you must do it.
It's unanimous.
Okay, well, while I'm doing that, I just want to say that Cinnamon Blast is not just a flavor you can taste.
And
it's a flavor you can see.
Pause simulation. Well done. This new model is going to work very well. It's selling our ice cream. I told you. And that's okay. Jesus. All right, wrong button. There we go. I'm still getting used to this. Sorry about that, guys. I have a button that's a little laughter and like a little playoff for the scenes, and I hit like 4 buttons at the same time. Anyway, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Okay, that was a fun little game.
How do you know if you're not an android? That's gonna mess me up the whole day.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a cinnamon twist. Am I right?
Oh,
That was a cinnamon challenge.
A cinnamon toast crunch. Why is my face orange all of a sudden?
oh boy. All right, so I guess we'll go to game numero dos, as they say in Spanish. And that game is questions only. For questions only, the rules are simple. You can only ask questions. And we are going to be starting questions only with Roberto and Mr. Mike. We need a suggestion. I am going to go to the huge backlog of suggestions we have in our list here. And your suggestion is a jackrabbit. Take it away.
Did you see the size of that little hopper?
That was fucking huge. I feel like it was as big as my bicycle.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Questions only.
I gotta go.
all right. Wait. Let's just start over. Wait. All right. I
How does
know.
this game work?
I know the rules were hard, Mike. Come back, Mike.
I was just in yes mode. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's go.
We're
doing
gonna
improv.
try this again, and we're gonna give you a harder word.
Oh, okay.
The word is MacGuffin. Go.
Mm. Do you know what MacGuffin is?
Do I look like I know what MacGuffin is?
So, you're asking me to explain it to you.
Was that a question?
Probably not.
All right. Oh wow. Okay. Rob just eliminated himself. Rob's out. Let's get Mike Trainer in there.
Have you read the newest novel by Timothy O'Leary? Not Timothy Leary, Timothy O'Leary.
The erotica or the science fiction?
Why do you have to choose when you could read both in the same book?
When did you become such a smart man?
When did you realize that your sexual pleasure can be derived from gears and words?
When, indeed.
All right, Connor Allen, get in there.
When will you read my book?
How many times do I have to tell you that your book is full of profanity and it's just not something that I feel comfortable reading?
Why don't you understand profanity as a literary tool?
How come you don't respect the fact that I grew up in a nunnery and I can't listen to those words? I just can't.
When will you?
When will I what?
When, let me change my question.
The question?
When do I get to meet a nun?
All right.
Have you?
Okay. All right. I don't know if we were playing it or not. Meg.
Why can't I hear you?
why aren't you listening to me, Daryl?
Don't you know that the last time I listened to someone, they died?
Don't you remember who it was that died?
I should, shouldn't I?
All right, Mike Trainer's out. Let's get
Yeah, that's fair.
Liz in there.
What are you doing here?
What am I not doing here?
Do you have any idea how offensive it is that you're here?
Can you think of a better place for me to be right now?
Why don't you go to school?
Why don't you drive me to school, Mom?
When Will you just let me live my life?
Why did you have kids if you don't want to take care of their basic needs?
Why don't you just grow up? You're 12.
Don't you think I'm waiting for that so hard?
Yeah.
All right, Ronnie, you're in.
Oh, hey, when's the concert going to start?
Oh, didn't you check the sign?
Who is the person pointing people in the direction of the sign?
Isn't it that girl over there?
What girl are you talking about?
Didn't you see her?
Who are you talking about? I didn't see anyone.
Are you blind?
Why would you ask me that?
Why can you not see people that are right in front of your face?
Why do you question my disabilities?
That's fair.
All right. Ronnie is the champion. I think, right? There's no one else left. Yeah.
Well, it works, yeah.
All right, Ronnie. Well done. Questions only champion. That means he gets nothing.
He gets nothing.
Nothing. You picked the red snapper. Oh, man. Remember UHF? Did anyone see UHF? I'm old. Never mind.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
That's
Been a while.
great movie.
That's the Weird Al one.
That was a great. Yeah, that was a great
I mean,
movie.
it
Caught
was-
up in like the greatest summer blockbuster summer ever.
There was
Yeah.
definitely some racism there, but, you know, had some good ones, too. Anyway.
Anybody seen Jaws?
Where'd Richard Dreyfuss go?
Classic. Now he's gone. He's gone.
Oh, man.
You know, there were some animatronics in Jaws. Maybe Richard Dreyfuss would have had more to say about that.
You know what I just realized? The names on our Zoom aren't visible on the stream, so this Richard Dreyfuss joke is probably falling flat.
Oh,
no.
damn. I'm
Connor
yeah.
had his Richard Dreyfuss label up there.
Would have been so funny.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of screwed that one up, didn't I, with my little frames?
Yeah.
Good job, Chris.
Ah,
It's
once
not the way
again,
that matters.
technical difficulties get in the way. Spatula City. Oh man. Conan the Librarian. I love that one. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna play a really fun game next. It's called the dating game. And how this works is Liz is our eligible bachelorette. Not in real life because she's engaged to Mike. But she's gonna be picking from 3 lucky bachelors. But those bachelors have weird quirks about them. So right now, Liz is going to take off, or take off her headphones so she can't hear what's going on. And we're going to pick some weird quirks for this crew right
Raise
here.
it back in when you're done.
We'll all do this kind of thing to get you back in. Okay, so we do have some from the list, and I think they're all really great. So let's just assign some right now. Okay, how about who wants cries Dr. Pepper? So like your tears are actually made of Dr. Pepper. Is somebody feeling they could that speaks to them? Okay. How about believes she is a time traveling dentist? All right. Mike believes he is a time traveling dentist, or if you choose to play a lady, she. Let's see. Thinks he invented the first camera. Have we got any new ones coming in? Let's see. All right, no new ones coming. Okay.
I'll take the camera one.
Wait. Does someone want to pretend to be Joss Whedon, director of Age of Ultron? Okay, no, never mind. All right. Feet are transforming into mice.
Great, I'll do that.
Okay, he's got that one. And or there's another one. Can eat dangerous amounts of Twinkies.
I can do that one. I'll do that
You
one.
do that one? Okay. You can eat dangerous
Yeah.
amounts of Twinkies. Okay. So let's just run through. All right, Connor can eat dangerous amounts of Twinkies. Mike, I forget already.
I can't say it because Liz and I are in the same place.
Okay, so Mike.
But I know what it is.
Oh God, I have to go back to the list. Oh, he believes he's a
eh.
time traveling dentist. And Ronnie's feet are turning into mice. All right, so let's get her back in here, everybody. Let's play a little game show music. Hopefully it's not too loud. All right, everybody, welcome to the dating game. We have our eligible bachelorette, Liz, here. Liz, why don't you go ahead and start asking some questions to our three bachelors and see who you get the match with.
Bachelors. So I love adventure. Where is a place that you would take me on our first date? Can I start with bachelor number one?
Yeah, well, I think it's good to, kind of take a trip through your past, and go someone that is, good, some good fun and, not, a place where you can be, make healthy choices and not eat something too sweet or something like that. So probably like, maybe a farm with a garden and eat some vegetables, like in the olden days.
Wow,
Yeah.
Really interesting. Thank you, bachelor number one. Bachelor number two?
Yeah, so I like traveling. I want to see the world, but sometimes I have great difficulty because I don't know. Sometimes just it feels like rodents are attached to me because I'm just like I can't move. There's rodents everywhere, and sometimes I'm thinking, am I part of that?
Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds terrifying. Thank you for sharing. Bachelor number three, what about you?
Yeah, I would take you to a place that's open 24 hours a day and has a stocked candy section and also parking, unlimited parking. And I'm talking about the Market Basket in Somerville,
Oh my
or
God,
any Market Basket.
Oh, okay. Any Market Basket. I love Market Basket. So you sold me on that. Thank you. Okay. Next question. So I'm from California, and that means I like to sit out in the sun and read a good book. What's your favorite hobby? Bachelor number three.
My favorite hobby is I like to take unprocessed dough and see what I can do with it. Because to me, when I see unprocessed dough, I see a blank canvas.
Wow. Inspiring. Bachelor number two.
My favorite hobby is avoiding oversized hamster wheels. Sometimes my feet just take over and I cannot resist the urge. So I just like do whatever I can in all my power to avoid oversized hamster wheels.
Wow. Thank you. Bachelor number one. How about you? What's your favorite hobby?
I really like going to the Smithsonian to take a look at George Washington's wooden teeth. It's a really impressive piece of work and testament to the craft that I take credit for.
Wow. I'm afraid of wood. All right. Last question, because I think we might be running low on time, but I have a really close relationship to my family. I'd love to know more about yours. Bachelor number two, let's start with you.
Well, my family in the middle of the night, they're mostly blind, so they run around the house and people write nursery rhymes about them. So that's my family in a nutshell.
Wow. Bachelor number one?
Well, I don't have a family today, but I used to have a family, and but I still see them. I still see them, and I can take care of them, make sure that they're brushing their teeth. Kids, am I right? But I'm back here now. But yeah. That's
Wow.
right.
Harrowing. How about you, Bachelor number three?
Yeah, I had come from a big family. We all live in a big house. There's like 30 of us. So we get up in the morning and we all have breakfast together. We have Twinkies for breakfast. Then at lunch, all of us, our big family, we get together for lunch and we have Twinkies for lunch. Then we take a nap and we have a snack of Twinkies. And then at dinner time, my dad puts on a record and we have a dinner of Twinkies.
Wow. That's a lot of Twinkies.
All right.
And then we might watch a fun movie like Lethal Weapon or Lethal Weapon 2 and eat Twinkies.
Okay.
All right, Liz, are you ready to guess? Because ready or not, you're going to have to guess.
I'm going to try.
All right.
Okay.
Well, what is your guess for, let's start with Ronnie. What is your guess for Ronnie?
I think he's a rat. Or is he part of a rat king?
I think that's actually close enough. It's his feet are turning into mice.
Oh my god! So specific and terrifying. Okay.
All right, how about let's go with Mike. What do you think Mike is?
I think he's a time traveler who's stuck in the future.
Oh, you're so close on this. Yes, that is half of it. But there's another specific.
But I have good oral hygiene too. And everyone should have good oral hygiene.
You're a time traveling dentist stuck in the
Yeah,
future?
time traveling dentist. All right, the hardest one. What do you think Connor is?
Okay. Something to do with like making
I'll give
like
you a hint.
little Debbie snacks or something,
I'm
or
gonna
like
give you a
making
hint.
convenience store food, or baking it.
He went real heavy-handed with that last one. Let's just call it that.
Inventor of the Twinkie. Inventor of.
Again, I come from a big family, and we eat Twinkies at every meal.
As a dentist, I think that they consume far too many Twinkies.
It's no problem for me or my health or my family's health.
Are you a diabetic? I don't understand.
No, I'm fine.
Mike just said it. He can eat a dangerous amount of Twinkies. That's all.
Oh, a dangerous amount.
Yes. All right. Let's get everybody.
I was reading too much into it.
Let's get everybody back in here. That's the end of that one. I will play it off. There we go. Okay. All right. Liz, great show. All right. Now, we are going to go to our next game. The next game is going to involve Rob and Ronnie, and it is called Radio Call-In. Rob and Ronnie are going to host a radio call-in show with a lot of interesting characters calling in, and we are going to go to the list I've been aggregating of suggestions because you guys have been really great about throwing the suggestions out there, but we can always use more one-word suggestions if you have some capacity for them. Let's see. Falsetto. Falsetto is your suggestion, and let's do it.
Greetings, viewers. Welcome again to 101.1's Opera. Today we're going to have a late night discussion on all things opera. I'm your host, Jules Vanderbilt.
And I am your co-host, Rocky Marciano.
Yes, the living embodiment, because frankly, he changed his name because he's undefeated in opera.
I speak opera like the best of them and the worst of them.
He's a full spectrum of greatness and worstness. It's lovely. Tonight, our show, we're going to be focusing here on tonight. We're simply going to be focusing on high voices. Are they interesting for opera, or are they horrid for opera? So let us go over to the calls. We have Clint from Toledo. Clint, perhaps we'll have something. I'm sorry. Clint has fallen off the network. Toledo, we apologize. Apparently, there's been a huge tsunami.
Clint.
We have instead Renata from Las Vegas. What are your thoughts on high voices, Renata?
I think they're overrated. Listen, I was literally born with this voice. This was my cry out of the womb. Wah! Wah!
Wow, powerful.
My mother smoked, obviously. I never have. So I feel at a disadvantage.
I would say no. I would say simply that you've been given, your birthright is one of a more baritone voice. It's unique in a woman, frankly.
Listen, have you ever tried to whisper sweet nothings to a lover and have them literally just run from the room? And then they text you later and say, you sounded like Chewbacca and not in a sexy way. And then you have to think for the next few hours about how Chewbacca could ever sound sexy. Have you ever had that happen?
Hard to disagree that Chewbacca's not sounding sexy. That is quite, in my mind, that's aphrodisiacal. What
Are you mocking me? Because that's how I cry. Now I'm crying.
Oh, the emotion in your voice is palpable. Can't you feel it, Rocky? Can't you
I
feel
gotta
it?
go.
We have to take another caller. We have to move on a little bit. Sorry, Renata, but I love you. Our next caller is Tony from Methuen.
Yeah, Tony from Methuen. How you doing? How you doing?
Good, Tony. How are you?
Very good
What's your take on high voices, low voices?
Well, everyone wants to get a high voice. They love the high voice. But my cousin Robbie, you know, he was out there. He was out there in the circus because he couldn't do math. So he went to clown college and he did the circus for a while. And he had this thing where he would take a balloon, right? He'd fill it with helium, then he'd suck that helium. He'd get a really high voice. Okay. It sounds good at first, right? It sounds good at first. But then one day he was doing this. This kid pinched him in the butt or something, kicked him in the shin. Something just goosed him. And then that guy, that Robbie, my cousin, he swallowed that balloon, right? And now that's just stuck in there, right? And now he can't say anything without sounding like a goofball, all right? So if anyone out there is trying to think about what their voice should be doing or should not be doing, I personally think God gave you that voice. It was good enough for God. So just leave it alone, right? You don't want to be a balloon-filled jerk like my cousin Robbie. You know, he scares kids and can't even juggle anymore because he gets lightheaded. So that's what I got to say about that. God loves you and God loves your voice. Keep your voice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that.
Amazing.
It's wondrous. It's very true. It's a gift that's bequeathed to all of us, and we should respect it for what it is. Whether you come out with a smoker's cough from the womb, or you just have some silly little cartoon voice. It's simply yours. Let's go to Skipper from Queens. Skipper.
I hate it when people have the loud voices. It makes me so upset.
Oh, poor Skipper.
It's just so loud, and I'm there, and I'm eating my food, and I'm sleeping, and I'm going for a walk, and then I hear loud, high-pitched voices, and it makes me so upset.
I'm sorry to hear that, Skipper. Skipper, really, really, Rocky. I mean, I find any voice to be quite entertaining. Yes. We hear your cries. We hear the cries from your soul. Thank you very much for calling in, Rocky. This reminds me of that man who called in a few weeks ago saying that he could only speak when eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It was just heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was hard. I remember that very well. He also started calling it Cinnamon Blast because he thought he was Ben and Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sad moment for all of us.
Oh, so sad.
So take our final telephone call. We have one last caller.
I think we have two. But let's first let's get to Marshall from Topanga Canyon. Yes, Marshall.
Marshall, how are you?
Hey man.
Hey.
So I just want to know, can you guys tell that I'm high right now? Because I'm trying not to have people tell, but I just want to know, how can you tell that I'm high?
Well,
because
I think you're doing a great job of hiding it, to be very frank and honest.
I'm really high.
Can I ask what you're high on?
The doobie.
The doobie, okay. Great opera singers are known for smoking the doobie before the show, so great on you to get your vocal cords in a nice place to be. Okay, but how do you feel about high voices, low voices?
Well, I just don't want people to know that I'm high, and it sounds like you know that I'm high because you guys know a lot about high voices. So I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go put some Visine in my eyes. Bye.
Don't worry, Marshall. We can't smell anything through the airwaves. Frankly, Pavarotti was quite the reefer addict, and it didn't hurt his career at all. So I think we can all kind of say that long term, a little bit of the green magic is, between you and, frankly, another topic of this show, God.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Andrea Bocelli was known to smoke weed before every single show, so love it. Should we take our final caller?
Yes, let's do that.
Toby from Satellite Beach, Florida. You're on the air. High voices, low voices. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Toby from Satellite Beach, Florida. I'm going to just throw out a fact. The first high voice ever recorded was from a swordfish right here in Satellite Beach, Florida. I'd like to get your thoughts, and I'll take them off air.
Excellent. Well, We're very happy to hear this fact. This is Ripleyan. This is Ripleyan, believe it or I believe it. Yes,
I
I
believe it.
do believe it. It sounds
Hang
absolutely.
on, I'm back. I just want to say sorry. I never hung up. The
Oh.
swordfish told me himself. That's how I
Oh.
know. I'll take your answer off the air.
Rocky, this is amazing.
This is truly something that I've never even thought about before today, and I need to Google it, but I left my phone in the other room.
Oh, I'm just going through the old memory banks. Nothing seems to pop up, but it makes perfect scientific sense. A swordfish with its long, incredibly long, lean body.
Fellas,
That's
I'm sorry. I still can't hang up because I don't know how to use phones. But again, just for emphasis, the swordfish, I'm 92 years old, and the swordfish told me this 80 years ago. What are your thoughts? First music to ever come out of someone's mouth was from a swordfish. I will take my answer off of the air.
I think first and foremost, your memory is impeccable. Not a drop of memory loss on you, sir. Secondly, my gosh, a 12-year-old boy walking around in the early 1940s during that horrible, horrible time period in world history, World War II, and there's a swordfish singing high seas, maybe even perhaps on the high seas. Just wondrous, wondrous, wondrous. I'm so quite happy to hear this, Rocky. This is wonderful information.
It's the greatest information that I've heard all day, and I hope he's still on the air because I would be upset if he wasn't.
Well, we may have to end on that high note, frankly. And as a former member of a troupe that did Pirates of Penzance, I think it's a swashbuckling great ending. Thank you all for coming to 101.1. We're talking about opera, and now here's a word from our sponsor.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll take my answer off the air.
Satellite Beach, Florida.
Oh, man. That guy exists. He does.
Yep.
He does.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're playing a real fun one next, guys. All the other ones, this one, whew, fun. And it is challenge. Basically, we're just going to have a crazy ass debate on a topic. And the topic is, let's see, we got a lot of good ones on the list right now. I want to say wallpaper paste.
All right. Wallpaper paste. I'm going to say, Rob, why don't you start us off? Give us some opinions about wallpaper paste.
Edible. Absolutely edible. It's putty. It's got a long, stable shelf life. If you don't have, like, any
Challenge.
food.
Yeah, Liz, what you got?
Silly putty was only fun until you used it too much on the newspaper to take the ink off of the newspaper. And when you did that too many times, it turned the silly putty gray.
Okay, keep going.
So basically, silly putty is really fun when you start off because it's usually a bright color like a neon pink or a neon green.
Challenge.
Yeah, Mike L.
Silly putty is not fun because I was never allowed to play with it.
Tell us more about your sad childhood. Go on.
My parents were very safety conscious. I wasn't allowed to have sharp corners or friends.
Challenge.
Yes, Connor.
I was Mike's dad, and we were not safety conscious. I was a stuntman, and I didn't care. I was reckless.
Okay, tell us more about that.
I was a professional stuntman, and I encouraged Mike to take risks. I had told him to run into walls intentionally and not wear a helmet. And I thought I did a good job, but I guess not.
Challenge.
Yeah, Mike Trainer.
I couldn't do knots, but I still became a Boy Scout because the Boy Scouts were real lenient in the 80s.
All right, tell us more about knots.
Oh, you see, I don't know them. That's the thing. I tried real hard. I put two pieces of string together and I'd like fiddle them around, but they would never do it.
Challenge.
Yeah, Chris, what's up?
Don Knotts is one of the most underappreciated actors of all time.
Tell us about the filmography and achievements of Don Knotts.
Don Knotts not only participated in lots of those movies you loved growing up on the Disney Channel, Don Knotts had a storied career going over decades. He played numerous types of characters, lovable, scamps, all different kinds of things over the years. Did you know he played Cinderella?
Challenge.
What's up, Rob?
There are no lovable scamps.
Why? Tell us why not.
There are no lovable scamps because a scamp, as it is well known and documented, is actually not a human being kind of walking around in some kind of like hobo character from like the 1930s and 40s movies. A scamp is
Challenge.
actually...
Yes, Liz.
I love shrimp scampi.
So do we all. Let's dig into that.
I love shrimp scampi. I love to dig into shrimp scampi. It's so good. It's pasta, it's shrimp, it's some kind of creamy sauce. I assume a white wine sauce.
Yeah, Mike.
I grew up in a household where you had to catch your own food, and we couldn't catch our own shrimp because I couldn't do knots to make the net.
And tell us how that affected your life.
I've never eaten shrimp. Out of principle, if I see shrimp, I won't eat it because I know I couldn't.
Yeah, Connor.
Challenge. I used to work at a seafood restaurant and I served Michael. So this whole idea that he's never eaten shrimp, I brought you shrimp to your table.
I thought they were prawns.
It was shrimp and you never tipped. Your
Tell us
family
about
didn't
how
tip.
Mike didn't tip.
Why didn't I tip?
Yeah.
Well, because in my day, you couldn't use money unless you could catch it. And I never could make a money net. So we didn't have money growing up.
Yep, Rob.
Everybody knows that back in the day was actually Thursday. So you skimped on this guy. You screwed him out of a tip just a few days ago, and you're telling me that you don't remember enough about it?
Challenge.
Yeah, Chris.
I find skimp scampi to be completely delicious.
Challenge.
Liz.
Skimp Scampi was my stripper name.
Challenge. Was that you that night?
Challenge it was.
Challenge. Did you mean what you said?
Challenge I did.
Challenge. I can't tie my shoes, but not because of the reason you think. I get vertigo if I go down there, so I just don't even try.
You tell us more about that.
I think it's because of the lack of proper nutrients as a child. I didn't eat a lot of things that I couldn't catch, and I was pretty much only good at catching nuts off the ground.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Nutrients are overrated and not really necessary.
Okay, how's that?
Because I eat predominantly just junk food, and I am thriving as a human being right now. My body mass is down. My all of my what's the word? My processes are quicker, so I like burn calories faster than most people.
Challenge.
Yeah, Liz.
Ronnie's processes aren't quicker. Did you hear how long it took him to think of the word processes?
Denied. I think he was talking about something else.
Yeah, my metabolism is much quicker than most people's.
Challenge.
Connor.
Challenge. Ronnie came into my seafood restaurant and he shouted, "Someone serve me, my metabolism is slow." And he caused a huge disruption in the restaurant. So that can't be true.
Challenge.
Yeah.
When Connor used his stuntman winnings to open his seafood restaurant, he said he'd give me 50% of the profits as a partner.
Connor, is that true?
Challenge. I said I would give you 50 cents. 50 cents of the
You
profit, not
son of a-
50% of the profit.
You cheated me, you bastard.
I was honest with you. Anybody want
Challenge.
Mike.
I'm still looking for friends.
Aren't we all?
Oh.
Oh, all right.
I
Let's end on that note. All right, guys. That was a fun one. We are like burning through this hour so fast. Holy crap. It's already like quarter of. Woo! Let's play the green screen game really quick. 6. All right, so I'm gonna need a couple seconds to get people set up on the
And
screen.
don't forget, Mike Trainer, pull your thingy, Zoom mute.
Oh yeah.
I'm audio only right now.
So you can't
Anything
see
could happen.
what's going on. So just to let you guys know what's going on, to fill you in, I am, doing some manipulation of my screen and whatnot, and all that. Mike Trainer is going to be a field reporter out in the field, and he is not going to be able to see what he's reporting on. That's the thing. He's not going to be able to see what's behind him. But the two reporters back in the studio will see what's behind him, and they will try to get him to guess what he's standing in front of. So without too much further ado, let's... You can see I am stalling pretty hard. Let's go to Mike in the field.
As you can see, it's a real event. It's a real event that I've stumbled into, and it doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon. Exciting stuff. Back to you in the.
Now, Mike, make sure you don't slip there. Is there a lot of pandemonium? A lot of excitement crackling in the air?
Oh, it's brisk with excitement. Everyone is roaming around like it's Christmas Day or something.
Mike, is it any info being released on when the new Jaws movie is going to be coming out? I understand they resurrected the script, and it's Jaws for the modern era.
Yes, indeed. Surprisingly enough, that is related to this event. They're saying April of next year, which is not really the best timing for it, but it's going to be a modern take on Jaws, where Jaws is part of a virtual 3D environment. It's going to be really exciting.
Now, Mike, I'm sorry to interrupt here, but understandably, during the pandemic, there's a lot of hubbub about reopening such spaces and where people will sit. Have there been any concessions from the owners about that?
About where people can sit. They've talked a lot about spacing. They've talked a lot about trying to get people as close enough as they can so that they can feel the sense of community, but not so close that they're intruding on people when they're trying to enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike, is it true that there's tell us a little bit about the bonus fun that's happening?
The bonus fun?
I know there's some sort of bonus fun as a part of all this.
Sure.
Bonus king-sized fun, even.
What was that? I'm sorry.
King-sized fun. Even.
King-sized fun. Yeah.
King-sized fun and hot fun also. Hot fun.
Oh yeah, they have all sorts of variety of fun, all sorts of flavors of fun, all sorts of packages of fun. Fun for the kids, fun for the fun size, king size fun, all the funs that you want. It's really not like the fun we had when we were kids. I'll say that.
Hey guys, this is the producer Mike. Sorry to cut into the feed. We're gonna be doing some stuff. If anyone wants some coffee, there's some free coffee in the lobby. So in a little while, let's all go to the lobby. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
Let's all go to the lobby.
I like lots of hot fun.
As I was saying, it's just so many wonderful packaged foods, so many treats, Raisinets, poppy corn, sparkling poppy soda, popping all the time. So it's a wonderful, wonderful gala here.
Well, thank you so much for the preview here. We couldn't be more excited.
Well, I'm glad you were able to shoot me in a little bit of space in this time. I know that we were trailing behind a little bit for the broadcast today, but trailers are what I'm about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mike, do you think you got it?
It seems to be some sort of movie theater lobby.
Oh,
close.
Okay, close.
Close? Is it just a movie theater? Am I too specific?
Connor with his hot fun.
Hot
fun. What's hot and fun in a movie theater?
Hot and fun? Is it popcorn? That's what I would say. Is it making out in a movie?
Oh, that'd be a gross footage to just show two people sucking face.
I wasn't sure of the rating level of this. If people were just like hardcore, just going at it.
Yeah, it
just
was.
I'm talking about popcorn
stuff.
like a fool.
It's straight up porn. So all right. So is your guess? What's your final answer?
I'm gonna keep it at movie theater because that feels like in the general area.
Okay, I mean close enough. It's the intermission video. It's all the yeah. Oh, it's all right. You did good.
Is that what's fun in a movie?
Hold on, I shared my screen and it looked really crazy for a second there. All right.
The hot fun was butter. The hot fun was hot.
Hot fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
hot sticky fun.
What's not more obvious? Movie theater intermission. Hot fun. There was a hot dog jumping into a bun, though. That was pretty suggestive
Mhm.
in that sequence. All right, guys. So now's the time of the night where we need as many one-word suggestions as we could possibly get. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your one-word suggestions up to this point. I have a few here. If we don't get any more, I can always turn to a generator, but I know you guys will come through. And hopefully I just kicked something. All right. Anyway, let me know if something happened with the audio because I just kicked my computer. Anyway, we're going to play our final game of the night. That is Sex With Me. Dun, 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 dun. You're going to find out what it's like to have sex with us. All we need is a one-word suggestion, and we are going to make puns about having sex with us. Anyway, to get us started, our first suggestion on the board is the word Gruyere cheese.
Sex with me is like Gruyere gonna like it. I don't deserve that. I really don't.
Sex with me is like Gruyere cheese. It's a surefire way to classy up an art opening.
Sex with me is like Gruyere cheese. Not as stinky as it could be.
Sex with me is like Gruyere cheese, way more pretentious than it needs to be.
Sex with me is like Gruyere cheese. A little more expensive when you find it in Whole Foods.
Sex with me is like Gruyere cheese. You can usually find it at a grad school party.
Sex with me is like Gruyere cheese. Spreadable.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Next word: prisms.
Sex with me is like prisms. The last time you saw it was on the cover of a Pink Floyd album.
Sex with me is like prisms, all the colors of the rainbow.
Sex with me is like prisms. I let all the light in.
Sex with me is like prisms. I'll bend you.
Sex with me is like Prism. You could just call me Roy G. Biv.
Sex with me is like prisms. Your high school physics teacher loved talking about it.
Sex with me is like prisms. Really exciting when you first learn how it works, and then you kind of lose the mystery after a while.
Sex with me is like prisms. It'll be 3Ds.
Sex with me is like prisms. Oh wait, no, I meant jisms. All right. Next word: radiation.
Oh.
Sex with me is like radiation. It'll take half your life.
Sex with me is like radiation. Your family cries afterwards.
Sex with me is like radiation. Homer Simpson is really bad at keeping it under control.
Sex with me is like radiation. Just really wear that rubber suit.
Sex with me is like radiation. Comic books have really glorified it.
Sex with me is like radiation. It's a cure for depression.
Sex with me is like radiation. I'll pull out your mushroom cloud.
Sex with me is like radiation. It's spread out over a wide area. And it's in the air. It's in the air.
Sex with me is like radiation. Chernobyl, I hardly knew her.
Sex with me is like radiation. It's rad. Okay, next word.
Sex with,
oh, sorry.
Oh.
No, after you.
Sex with me is like radiation. It's the bomb.
Sex with me is like radiation. Geiger counter, I hardly knew her.
Sex with me is like radiation. It killed Mary Curie. Okay, let's move on. All right. Mangoes.
Sex with me is like mangoes, delicious and overpriced.
Sex with me is like radiation. I don't know when the last time I had one was.
Sex with me is like mangoes. You got to come a long way to get them.
Sex with me is like mangoes. You better smell it real closely to know if it's time.
Sex with me is like mangoes. If I get some on my lips, I get a little rash.
Sex with me is like mangoes. I confuse it with just regular papayas all the time.
Sex with me is like mangoes. I'm still delicious, even when I'm soft.
Sex to me is like mango. I'll do it with a lassie.
Sex with me is like mangoes. It usually happens in a bin in front of Whole Foods.
Sex with me is like mango. It'll remind you of Chris Kattan.
Sex with me is like mangoes. Like mangoes. All right.
And
then.
now let's do the next one.
Scottish. The word is Scottish.
Sex with me is like Scottish play because no one wants to talk about it.
Sex with me is like Scottish. It's a real guilty pleasure.
Sex with me is like a Scottish dude because I'm not wearing underwear.
Sex with me is like Scottish because it's going to involve your bag and my pipes.
Sex with me is like Scottish haggis. I hardly know her.
Sex with me is like Scottish. It'll be with Ed and his bro.
Okay.
Sex with me is like
Edinburgh.
sex with me is like the Scottish delicacy haggis. It's really, really like a tight hold on a bunch of different meats.
Sex with me is like Scottish. I got a little bit in me.
Sex with me is like being divorced in Scottish. She may take my life, but she'll also take my money.
Sex with me is like Scottish. It'll make you go, eh.
Loch Ness, more like Loch Mess.
He turned his camera off.
Something Petey.
Sex with me is like Scottish. Your nether regions are gonna Robert Burns. Oh God. All right, we're already at 8 o'clock. What do you say we do 60 seconds of rapid fire? 60 seconds. We're gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. And I'll restart it. We're gonna put 60 seconds on the clock and do as many as we can. Oh geez. Oh come on now. There we go. I don't know how to use this yet. And our word is. We need a good one.
Are we counting?
No, not yet. I'm gonna.
Well, are we gonna try to count?
Meg wants to make this a competition.
Oh,
No, I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, I will count, and I'll only jump in if there's a lull and you really need some filler. But I will. All right. Okay. The timer is set. Does anyone have any these words are really tough. We got like clandestine, gregarious, rapacious, Articuno. I don't even know what these are.
I don't know what Articuno is.
That's a Pokemon. Articuno.
Oh, Mid Cambridge really like laid into us for this round. Like Mid Cambridge was like, let's make them work for it. I appreciate that. I appreciate.
What about nostrils?
Nostrils from Jorfo? Yes. Actually, yes, nostrils it is. Nostrils it is.
Let's go with it.
Just because we're trying to do the 60 second. If it was a regular round, I would say we should go with one of these hard words, but we're trying to get as many as we can in 6 seconds. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. We're going to black and white mode. All right, are you guys ready? Begin.
Sex with me is
like
nostrils.
Sex with me is like nostrils. It's not pretty.
Sex with me is like nostrils. I destroyed it with too much cocaine use.
Sex with me is like nostrils because you're all gonna pick me.
Sex with me is like nostrils. Don't put your finger up there in public.
Sex with me is like nostrils. Old hairy men.
Sex with me is like nostrils is a test for COVID.
Sex with me is like nostrils. Booger, I hardly know her.
Sex with me is like nostrils. You can put fingers in both holes.
With me is like nostrils. I will come in your Kleenex.
Sex with me is like nostrils. If it's got a bar through it, I'm probably mistaken.
Sex with me is like nostrils. If there's blood coming out, back off.
Sex with me is like nostrils. I forget they're there until my mustache tickles it. I'm sorry.
Sex with me is like nostrils. You need a tweezer to be successful.
All right, we did 13. We got 13, which is 2 more than last week because we only got 11 last week. So we did pretty good.
I had a good one.
What do you got?
Tell
Say
us.
now.
Sex with me is like nostrils. Loch Ness, more like Loch Ness.
Oh,
I love the background change.
I'm in Scotland.
Holy shit! How did he do that? Oh man! All right, everybody, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching the show and everything like that. It's been great. I'm gonna throw the. Oh wait, before we go, anyone have anything to plug? Anything you guys want to plug?
I got something.
All right, what do you got, Meg?
So last week, you guys may remember that I was on a game show called Run on Monday, and I won my episode, which is really cool. And so now I'm going to be in the finale against people that are way better than me on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central on Twitch/2MB Studios. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah,
You remember?
I just threw it up in the chat.
6
Anyway,
p.m. Pacific, right?
It's a game show. It's not improv, but it's really fun, and you guys should check it out.
Yeah, it's a super fun show. Anybody else have anything they want to plug?
I do a show every Saturday at youtube.com/BUZEY. And the quality of humor is about around the Loch Ness jokes. That's the kind of stuff you're going to get from that show.
Just Loch Ness themed.
Yeah.
I threw that link up on the chat. All right. It better
Thank
not.
you.
This is like a lemon party link or something like that.
It's a legit link. It's a legit.
It's like the ultimate, like just like. All right. Anybody else have anything you want to plug?
next week, I'm on our friend Kenny Gray's Mess and Finesse YouTube channel doing one of those table videos where
Nice.
people talk, and it's a little bit of improv, a little bit feels like a blooper of a movie that doesn't exist. That's how he describes it. It's a very fun set of videos.
When is that again?
It's dropping at some point next week on YouTube. So if you go to
Okay.
Mess and Finesse on YouTube, you can find it.
Cool.
And they also have a Twitch channel. They do a lot of stuff on Twitch too. All right. Any more plugs? All right, then I'm gonna throw up the credit slide. If you guys really enjoyed the show, and you can give, there is a link in the about section to Color of Change, which is a charity that would help with a lot of the stuff, the injustice going on right now. Thanks again for watching the show, and have a good night, everybody. Also, I'm gonna raid to another comedy show. You'll see that option come up.
Nostrum.
Yeah, if you guys, is this group like, do you guys regularly perform as this group of people or no?
It's rotating.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We'd love to have you back. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I do a show on Saturdays. I've been trying to want to have like other groups like split the hour, or you know what I mean, like have two groups do like 35 minutes just to get more people to watch. So if you guys ever want to like do something,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. What team? Oh, cool. Yeah, I just do it on YouTube. I really, man, I will say, like, OBS makes it just like looking at the, it just looks better, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah. And I was gonna say too, with OBS, like you need to have like some pretty heavy hardware, right? I mean, you can't necessarily just do it with a laptop. Is that your experience? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's just cool that you can have like your own, I don't know, like YouTube's totally fine. It's still fun, whatever, but it's fun to see just like you have your own like personalized design, you know, for this show. That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, it's good night.
All right,
Let's
John.
go, Ronnie.
All right. I'm
Hi.
leaving too.
Good to see you, Connor.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'd love to do it again. Let's go to the
Yeah,
field.
man.
Yeah.
Meet me at the field.
Oh.
He did the joke again.
No, okay, I'll change it. Meet me at the Starbucks. Meet me
There
at
we
the
go.
Starbucks.
Still survive, sadly.
Oh, damn.
Uh,
There's still some good places out there.
Somewhere.